Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. There is one thing that I want to tell you off the bat, and it is simply this. This is nothing like May. Okay, this is one thing that I want for you to take away from this video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is nothing at all like May. I mean, let's take a look at Bitcoin's price chart. In May, I mean, you could see we had a nice run up, peaked at $64,000 on April 14th, which was Coinbase Day. And then a lot of people entered leveraged longs and they got annihilated. And it wasn't just the 100x people who got annihilated. It wasn't just the 50x or 25x. It was 5x people who got liquidated. It was even, believe it or not, 2x people who got liquidated because Bitcoin, within a matter of a couple weeks, lost more than half of its value and people got wrecked. And not only that, but they were putting their own Bitcoin on the line more than their own fiat. In other words, they were putting Bitcoin on the line to earn more Bitcoin. Right now, as people are leveraging longs, they are putting more fiat on the line and not as much Bitcoin. They don't want to lose their Bitcoin. They're okay with losing their fiat. We were too far gone in May. If you look at, here's a metric we can look at, the 200-week moving average heat map. I'm going to get back to this in a little bit, but anytime that you see red on this dot or yellow, that means that things are getting a little too hot. In May, we saw some yellow. We didn't see any red. I did expect, I've said this on my channel several times before, I expected some kind of move up to $100,000 because I was expecting to see some red. Just like we saw in 2014, the double blow off top. So I was expecting to see red, but we only saw yellow. Right now, we're in a bluish, light blue position. We're not too far gone yet. We were too far gone in April and in May. And so there's a lot of things that I could say. The market is stronger. We saw another flush of futures positions getting liquidated. It's just, we are in better shape right now. This is we are near a floor more so than at any other time. But let's say, hey, how about we take a look at the fun part first, my KuCoin account. How is KuCoin doing? Since I made my initial video, I'm down, but I think since I started on KuCoin, I'm about even, and it's mostly because of my Litecoin position. You guys know my conviction with Litecoin, that I'm very bullish on it. I think it's going to be the top performing top 30 crypto over the next several months. And so I'm up $2,700 on my Litecoin position. And you can see I'm up a little bit on Bitcoin, on Elron, on HBAR. Sand is finally in the green. This position would have gotten liquidated, but I did a 2x instead of a 5x. And I'm thankful for that because now I'm good. Matic is down. My second Matic position is down. My first one got liquidated. My Ethereum position is down. Not too worried about the Ethereum position. I think it would have to go under $4,000 for that position to get liquidated, but we got to pour some out for the homies. I did have believe it or not, three liquidations the other day. And, I'm not sweating it, or three liquidations yesterday. I'm not sweating it, and here's why. I am very much a ready, fire, aim kind of guy. Instead of ready, aim, fire, I am a ready, fire, aim kind of guy. This is how I learn. This is how I learn how to make money. It's worked very well for me in the past. There have been mistakes that I've made. I'm not the kind of guy who learns stuff from reading it in a book. I'm the kind of guy who learns stuff from experiencing it. And so I got some liquidations. Let's take a look at those liquidations. Not that you'd be able to see those positions here, but Ethereum Classic got liquidated. My Ethereum Classic position, I thought that was a pretty conservative one, but it just went down. It got liquidated. And then the graph, I'm a little bit bummed about this one because I do expect the graph to do very well over the next couple months, and that one got liquidated. And then there was a third one, Tezos. That one was really surprising to me. So Tezos also got liquidated. But again, all right, so I've had 4 liquidations so far: Matic, the graph, Ethereum Classic, and Tezos. And so I put about $500 into each of one. I'm out $2,000 on that, but you measure that versus how far up I am on Litecoin and some of these other things. I'm about broken even. And so here's the big takeaway for me as I'm playing around with this stuff. Personally, even a 5x for altcoins is probably too aggressive. Maybe not something like HBAR. HBAR's not as volatile as other altcoins, but for me, 5x leverage is a little too aggressive for altcoins. I think in the future, what I'll do is more like a 2x and just trust, and hopefully I'm in a position where I do believe, hey, we're going up. And so, yeah, I'll do a 2x. Or if I have the level of conviction that I still have for Litecoin, that it's going to do very well, then I'll do a 5x. But then for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, I'm okay doing 5x still. I probably never, even if I'm available, even if it's possible for me to do more than 5x, I'm probably never going to do more than 5x on anything. So 5x for something that I really strongly believe in, like Litecoin. 5x for Bitcoin is fine. There's very much a danger. Entry matters in that. So my entry price at 59,403. Guys, I really think that 60,000 is the new 30,000. If you remember in June and July, we held that wall. We wicked 3 times below 30,000. And then whales bought it up. We saw that today. Bitcoin for less than an hour went under $60,000. It even went under $59,000, and whales scooped that up. And now we're back up above $60,000. I think it's going to be a new wall, a new line that we are holding. And whales, as they see Bitcoin go under $60,000, they're going to get eager. So my entry price, I think, is ideal here, $59,403. My liquidation price of $48,000, I just don't think that's in the cards right now. So I'm pretty comfortable with this one. Ethereum is a little bit less comfortable, but still under $4,000 for Ethereum. I am okay with my entries at 5x positions. I think I got on a little too high with Ethereum. I should have waited a little bit, but I'm not going to sweat that too much. But Litecoin and Bitcoin are the 2 big ones that I have. I'm probably least concerned about. And hey, this is how I learn, is by trial and error. Those of you who read books and learn that way, congratulations. You are like a wizard to me. You are on another level of intelligence, or whatever else you want to call it. That's just not how I go about things. And, listen, I will lose $2,000, but I'll gain that experience and do much better the next time. So it's worth it for me. So no sweating with my KuCoin here. But hey, here's some things there's some things I want to talk about, because I want to stick with this theme of, this is not like May. Okay. We are not in the same position we were in May. And so somebody tweeted at me, wanted to know, he was really scared. I don't know. He was nervously wondering, what does this mean? Hey, can you please tell me, what does this mean? So here, Whale Alert, you can see, follow them on Twitter. I think I follow them. I follow some whale account, and it's good to see whale alerts to just get a general sentiment about what whales are doing. So he pointed out all of these transfers. So I think there's 4 here. Yeah, there's four transfers, at least in this screenshot. So 1,000 Bitcoin transferred from Coinbase to unknown wallet. That's exactly what all of these tweets say, and it's very different tweets. This is not just one, the same tweet over and over again. This is several different transactions happening. So again, 1,000 Bitcoin transferred from Coinbase to unknown wallet. 1,000 Bitcoin transferred from Coinbase to unknown wallet. That happened 4 times. So 4,000 Bitcoin transferred to unknown wallet. This person wants to know, is that bullish or bearish? Is it good or bad? And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know what I'm probably going to talk about, and that is that this supply is becoming, again, more and more illiquid. We went down below $60,000. Whales scooped that up. We immediately went back up over $60,000 within the span of an hour. And they said, thank you very much. I'm going to take this cryptocurrency off of Coinbase. I'm going to put it in cold storage. And now that crypto is more locked up than if it had remained on an exchange. And I feel like a broken record when I say this, but the number one thing that I'm always looking up when I see negative price action which is, Bitcoin at $60,647, is what's going on with illiquid supply. And this is the most important thing. I'm convinced this is the most important thing when it comes to understanding the direction that we are in general going. We can have short-term price action like a dump from $69,000 last week to $58,600 today, this morning. But in general, the direction that we're heading is based largely on how liquid or illiquid is the supply. So here we can see Bitcoin's illiquid supply and what is going on. All right, remember, we saw in May, the supply was climbing. Here we are in February. If you follow my mouse, the supply is climbing and climbing and climbing, and it peaked pretty much on Coinbase Day on April 14th. And then the supply became much more liquid. And so we saw a dump in the price. The price went from $64,900 to about $29,000, and then just kind of crabbed along for a little bit. And immediately, as the price was going from, or as soon as that price wicked down to $29,000, we started this ascent. And now illiquid supply continues climbing. And even it's at the point right now where I would say we are near parabolic levels for illiquid supply. And so now we're seeing a bullish divergence form again between Bitcoin's price and its illiquid supply. So what do I mean by that? Well, look at here in July. Price going down, the price is going down, but illiquid supply is going up. We have a supply shock. The price, I remember that short squeeze. We had a supply shock. The price shot up. And, within a span of a few days, we had several green days in a row, and we went back to $40,000 and then spent a brief time under $40,000 before shooting up to the 50s. And so the supply shock squeeze happened there. And then again, late September, illiquid supply is rising. The price is dropping, another supply shock, and then boom, October 1st. You remember October 1st, another short squeeze. We shot up to $66,000. So a move of about $25,000 in a span of 16 days. And here we are again. Price is going down. Price is going down. This blue line could extend here. But then look at how rapidly the illiquid supply is rising. This is a sharper angle than either of these previous times. And so what's next? What's next? Whether it's a span of a few days or even a few weeks, I think we're going to see something similar to what we saw in July and then what we saw on October 1st throughout October. Personally, I hope that we would, again, close the month green and with a good green candle. And honestly, that is my expectation, that we will get above $70,000, maybe $80,000. Who knows? Maybe even stock to flow's $98,000 level before the end of the month. Am I expecting? I mentioned in my Bitcoin November update. Am I still expecting a 25% drop? No, I think this was the drop. I would have expected it to happen later, but $69,000 down to $58,000. I know that's not 25%. But that is enough. And maybe, who knows, honestly, maybe it will go lower, but after it goes lower, it will I'm very confident of this, it will go much higher. So who knows, maybe we'll go down to mid 50s. I don't think so. I think, again, that 60 is the new 30, but it is certainly within the realm of possibility. And I want to be aware of all possibilities. I don't think under 50 is likely, but we'll see. Another reason why the market is in a much more healthy place right now is because look at futures. I talked about, this is specifically with Bitcoin futures perpetual funding rate. I talked about how my positions got liquidated. I'm not sweating it, but that's the danger of open interest, of doing leverage. And so we can see lots of liquidations happened yesterday, which is a good sign. We were much more levered at $60,600, $60,700. We were much more levered when we first got into that position. We were way, way more levered at $69,000. than we are now. We are in a healthy position for potentially a move higher soon. When? I don't know, today, tomorrow, next few days, we'll see. I do expect more of a V than a U. And here's another thing I'm paying attention to, the 21-day, the daily 21 moving average. And so I talked about this in yesterday's video. We, when we are above this 21-day EMA, not SMA, but EMA, it's a good sign. And so as we are holding, we've been holding this as support, just like around this time in 2017, we are holding this as support. That's a good sign. And we did spend one day, we had one close October 27th below this 21 EMA, but then, and even we went much lower on October 28th, but then we shot up above it. And so we had one daily close below the 21 EMA. That's fine. And so we are pretty far below this daily 21 EMA right now. So where's the daily 21 EMA? Around $63,000. If we close below $63,000 today, that is fine. If we close below it tomorrow, that's okay. There's something that I'm thinking right now. A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. If we have 3 consistent closes below this 21 daily EMA, then my guess is that we're going to have some kind of a period like what we had in September here. So let's see, remember that crash on September 7th? That was wild. From 53 down to 40, around 40,000, maybe even lower than that. And so we had about 3 weeks trending below this daily 21 EMA. And then before we shot up higher, I could see something similar to that happening now. Again, if we have 3 closes below the daily 21 EMA, where maybe we'll just spend a few weeks below this level and then go higher. Regardless, remember what I said yesterday, that based on everything I'm seeing, it's either up or sideways in general. We'll have these little dips, but a crash down to what, $40,000 or $30,000, that is not in the cards right now. I'm very, very confident about that we are about as low as we're going to go. Now, is there something that we need to adjust? Sure, there might be. Do we need to adjust the peak day? I've been saying for over a year now that, well, not over a year, I've been saying for the last several months, looking at the trends of the bullish hammer trend reversal in July, August being a good month, September being flat, October being a good month, that we were matching up stride for stride with not only 2017, but 2013 as well. And so are we deviating from that right now? We might be, or, but I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that as a possibility until we have, again, this cord of 3 strands, 3 daily closes below the 21 EMA. Until that happens, if we go right back up above this 21 EMA, as far as I'm concerned, it is game on. And we could still very, very well see a peak in December. But if we have to adjust the peak date, that's fine. We don't have to be perfect in our timing. We don't have to be perfect in our dollar amount. We just have to be profitable. We just have to have a good return on our investments, which I am very confident that if we go along with this, if we move forward, that we will have a good return on our investments. And so what does that look like? As far as the timing is concerned, we will see. But I'm expecting a V here, not a U. If we have a U, fine. This was a U, just picture the letter U. I think this is going to be a V that will bounce right back above this this trend line, this EMA, and we'll move higher. So we will see. One other thing I'm looking at here, reserve risk. I've gone on long enough. I just want to point out, go to lookintobitcoin.com. There's a lot of good charts on this website. And throughout this run, even when we were at $64,000, there wasn't all that much pressure when it came to hodlers or hodlers. I've said hodlers, and some people have corrected me, said it's hodl, not hod. Whatever it is, we're in a healthy spot right now. I mean, we're not at a point where it's like you must throw everything, mortgage your house, sell everything that you have to buy Bitcoin. That was, perfect time was March of 2020. A perfect time was November, December of 2018. Now we're just kind of in the middle, but we're actually kind of closer to the bottom of this range at $60,000 than we were in 2018 at the peak, or sorry, 2017 or 2013 or 2011. We're in a good spot. We're not too hot, not too cold, and I would expect it to get hot before it gets cold. And what is this? It's essentially how much pressure are the hodlers feeling right now with how much in profit they are, essentially. So good things to look at here. 200-week moving average is rising. This is, believe it or not, I don't want to say believe it or not, this is my biggest thing that I am processing right now, the 200-week moving average. I just can't picture that not rising to $50,000, if that makes sense. I know that was a double negative, but I believe that this is going to rise to at least $50,000, and then we will have a bear market bottom sometime in 2022 or 2023, and that is going to be the ideal time to buy. So if this 200-week moving average is to rise to $50,000, that means we need several weeks well above where we are now. And I'm expecting that. I very much don't expect us to go to, I've mentioned this plenty of times before, this 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level from the December 2017 peak, which is around $30,000. That's not what will happen in the bear market. I'm convinced of it. So we'll see. Hey, it's a grind. I know it's difficult, but I very much believe that there are good days ahead. Will all of your wildest dreams come true? I mean, sure, if you time things perfectly, all of your wildest dreams will come true. But you've got to be realistic. We're not going to time the peak perfectly. We're not going to time the peak on altcoins perfectly, especially microcaps. The goal is from here on out to have more in assets, more in fiat, I guess you could say, than we do right now. And I think that's very, very likely to happen. So that is all I have for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't fret. Don't be terrified. We are in a healthy position. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. And I'd strongly recommend doing your own research in general so that you can feel as comfortable as I'm feeling right now. But again, hey, if you like this content, would greatly appreciate it if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let me know what your plans are for Thanksgiving. Whatever you want to talk about, I will gladly read all of those comments in the comment section. But until tomorrow, I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of your week. I will be seeing you in another video.